Hey guys, Nick the Metal Nerd here, coming to you with some sad news. Adam Warren has quit Oceano, the vocalist. Adam Warren has quit the band after some serious drama online. It all started when Oceano was announced as part of an upcoming U.S. tour with Attila, Dealer, and Nathan James. Fans took issue with the billing as some members of both Attila and Dealer have come under fire in recent years for alleged misconduct. So yeah, it kind of started off with just some back and forth online stuff, with just fans being displeased. So someone said, "All I'm saying is that you have a massive platform in a booming deathcore world that could be taking any of the multiple hundreds of artists on successful tours and make a massive bag. But y'all signed on a tour where people need to cover their drinks and watch out." To which Adam responded, "The best thing is someone with my standards is on any tour these days. No one, no matter their social status, should be trusted. A man should be judged by their character and how they treat others. If anything bad is going on with my platform, you'll be first to know about it. I don't keep up with the internet stuff like that these days. Just know I'm pretty busy with family and work. P.S. When you speak of opportunity, ask every merchandise, every band for our headline tour, local bands we play with, every past band member since I joined, every tour crew member. Ask them who have given them those opportunities. And then ask yourself how many job opportunities does your business offer in a month. Hope to see you at the show." The thread continued with, "Man, what the hell kind of dismissive response is this?" Someone said. "Not keeping up with internet stuff is a crazy thing to say when you sign on tour package with members who have legal cases. If you check your messages, you have seen the multiple free services I offered you for years." And finally, Adam ended with, "What's dismissive about it? I don't represent any other person. I will always, while on tour, not stand for anything bad happening to anyone. Though I'm not focused on anyone's life but my own. I have my own life outside music and the internet stuff. So I'll be on watch when it's time for tour. I want concerts to always be a safe place. As a man of God and someone who serves others in line, yeah, my word. Much love." So yeah, a lot of people just were not happy about it. Yeah, I think, I mean, that is kind of like not the greatest response on his part. He could have said I mean, yeah, it's not his job to just know these things right off the bat. But, I mean, if he's hearing about some of this stuff and this was his opportunity to kind of find out what was going on, yes, it does go beyond internet stuff because it's not that they're just talking crap to people online. Or saying crazy stuff on Twitter. It's more that stuff that's actually happened in real life. And other people have commented on it from other bands. Alpha Wolf bassist John Arnold calls it the Rapist Abuser Tour. Yeah, so reason he gets involved is because their ex-vocalist Adam A.S. Holmes, he previously fronted Alpha Wolf 2016-2018. He exited from the band following an allegation of sexual misconduct being launched against him. Legal action was said to have taken, with the charges against Hope before they have been later dropped due to lack of evidence. At the time, Alpha Wolf was also removed from the tour with Polaris. So they went on to quote to recruit the new vocalist Lochi. So the other guys, Holmes, would launch the band Dealer, who is on the tour with them. So that outfit also underwent a lineup implosion in 2020 amid allegations of mental abuse being leveled by ex-members of the group toward an unnamed member of their roster. Sounds real Azalea dying-ish. Speaking of what just happened to them. Yeah, so John Arnold commented on it. Haha, I was going to say some shit about the Rapist Abuser tour, but that shit tour is so embarrassing and pathetic, it's all speaking for itself. If you're from the States and follow me on here, I'd like to think you're genuine enough to value the women in your life and not support the cesspool tour. Anyone and everyone involved are fucking morons. I will be burning so many bridges. Yeah, Attila frontman Chris Fronzak was an early proponent of Dealer signing them to his Stay Sick Recordings label. Uh, Holmes has since rebuilt the lineup of dealers several times, mostly rebuilding the entire roster from the ground up this year. So fit for a team's bassist vocalist Ryan Tuck O'Leary also took a shot at the American Rejects tour. He said, "I wonder if Dealer will participate in Fronz OnlyFans. It might be too consensual for Aiden." Damn, people are not happy about it. That's for sure. So going on with that. Okay, so he said, "Believe it or not, some people don't spend their life on the internet. My only goal has been to take opportunities to push Oceano forward since the fans said they want it. It will not make me out to be a bad person for things I am not connected to when it comes to what other band members do. There's a time in my life when I was in the social media high horse, and I don't agree with that, nor plan to act like I'm better than anyone, nor that I know the details to anyone else's business. I wasn't aware of the depths of accusations with Attila and Associates. I remind you, Oceano was not active for a long time before now. I don't even know anything about Dealer besides the band's name I've heard whenever they came out years ago. Didn't they break up? Not even know what any other bands on tour would be beyond Attila until long after we agreed, and no one in my circle cited any issues with our decision to take the tour. I did that before judging the innocent band just taking what seemed like a decent opportunity as never been associated with these bands before. You should look towards the agents, managers, venues, websites, festivals that all continue to support, book, and clearly downpay to their own clients the character of their good bands they work with. If you continue to read, keep asking yourself, what words have I said that are harmful? No one knew my circumstances, no my perspective until this moment. And I will stress, I don't support any type of abuse or harm to anyone ever. But I'm not paying attention to what you or anyone in the music scene personally does on the internet. I don't have time for that. Again, it's not about what's on the internet, bro. I mean, obviously it's on the internet if you look it up, right? But um yeah, you can't just keep blaming this on the internet or everyone else, you know. At some point, obviously, you have the opportunity to look this up and figure it out for yourself, or to contact somebody, an agent or a manager, and say, "Hey, what's going on with this?" You know, something's going on with these guys. Can you find out? And then that in time to be like, "Hey, okay, that's not good. I'm gonna cancel this tour." You know, and he could have avoided a lot of the internet drama. I mean, yeah, I know with like cancel culture, which I don't think is really that huge in metal. You know, I think most people don't really care about cancel culture, that kind of thing. Obviously, they care about this kind of stuff. Whenever some of it's so brutal, especially with Attila, actually. Okay, so he goes on to say, um, so it's clear I was not informed enough to make a proper decision toward with this package. Never experienced bands causing such a I've never experienced bands causing such a stir. I was not made aware until announcing tour people with such serious allegations surrounding them being on a tour I'm going to be on. I encourage anyone who is directly affected by those bands to contact the authorities, police, and take legal action. I have been nothing but kind and positive within this music scene, especially on the internet side, and that can be hard sometimes. A year ago, we almost ended Oceano for good. We had an album to drop, but we were definitely done. I had zero idea my name is being tossed around alongside fucking people who have people accusing them of horrible things and getting upset with me because I'm just hearing about it. Real time, people storm me while still figuring out what was going on. You are vicious and clearly seek chaos without care of who it affects. Thought I have not been blessed with so much opportunity as we enter a more connected era. I feel very disrespected over the years from a scene that really is more of a facade than a real concept in reality. After gathering my own information on the subject, of course, we will be removing Oceano from the tour. So you had to do from the beginning, man. You know, it did take that much. I understand the internet hate, but I mean, drown out the comments, man. You know, don't go into your comment section. It's that easy. Um, I think I think sometimes you get obsessed into like responding to these types of things like that. Be like, okay, well, let me go check this out, and then I'll go deal with it. Instead of, I mean, of course, people are gonna talk shit. I think you have to be quick to make the right decision. Going on, he said, but shame on all of you who tried to make me the scapegoat. What are you doing to change the culture besides point fingers and reshare rumors? It's time to get to work. I had zero idea of the environment I was getting myself into, and I'm talking openly about it. What are you doing to change this? As of today, it's clear I am more surrounded by complicit industry people, a metal scene riddled with cosplay, worship of band members, and less focus on artistic integrity. I don't want to exist to you anymore. As of today, I quit Oceano and will focus on being a solo independent artist, and I'm on Earth. Oceano's final show will be planned for 2025. It feels good to finally say that. Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. I just got this shirt too at their last show. Damn, that's crazy. I finally got an Oceano shirt, and now they're quitting. So Warren elaborated a little bit more on the decision in response to a fan noting that his controversial tour wasn't the sole factor in Oceano calling it quits. It's not really about that for me being done with Oceano. Read the whole thing and be attentive to detail if you're gonna chime in on the. It's that all I ask because people don't seem to be good at reading retention on here. It's been a long time coming. Notice how we didn't tour at all for 2 years. I've said on stage that this band won't last forever. This experience just really made me ready to be done sooner than I first planned. My team doesn't even know yet, but after today, I'm fully tired of the industry and the complicit people connected to it. We'll always stay in the larger industry when there's so many fucked up people lurking around. I'm exposing it with my platform right now. The best way to do that is to not also have anything to lose if you're gonna. Time for me to go indie and write some solo music and play shows with my friends locally again. I miss that most. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just something that he's feeling right now as far as just leaving. But, I mean, I think in terms of like the situation, didn't necessarily call for it. It just really took some research. That's all it really took, you know. It didn't take much for me. I mean, it's worse because, like, Chris Fronzak has some pretty horrible accusations going his way, too. A while back, this was in 2020, Attila vocalist Chris Fronzak has responded to allegations of sexual misconduct made by a former fan. The woman has accused Fronzak of getting her blackout drunk before taking advantage of her intoxicated state. And a Twitter thread, a woman named Roxy Viana shared her alleged experience with Fronzak while Attila was on tour. Fronz has manipulated and guilt-tripped me into sleeping with him. Even when I was underage, he got me drunk at every show. There's like really drunk to a point where I blacked out for several hours. He then used me in that state to get me to consent to things I didn't want to do. We started talking a couple hours before we first met at a show in Europe in 2018 when I was 17. Before they played their set, we started drinking a bit and I felt quite drunk already. After the show, though, is when he got me really drunk. Then he kept telling me how pretty I am and that I should come join him in the shower to hook up. So yeah, here's some of the text. So he said, "You are sexy," and she said, "Where are you?" And he said, "Shower is open." Yeah, so they kept telling me how pretty I am. I should go and come join him in the shower. And then she said, we ended up having sex in the shower. After that, I blacked out for several hours, I think. I know I hooked up a second time in his bunk, but I was so drunk I wasn't in the right state to consent. I also remember that this happened like a month after the show. So, yeah, even if someone, like, you've had sex with a person before, doesn't mean you could do it again, especially whenever they're blackout drunk or when they're really fucking drunk. It's just never a good idea, you know? If someone's really fucked up, it's just not a good idea to try to sleep with them. That's just rule number one. And then she went on to say, I must admit I wasn't being honest with him, told him I was 19. I know this is going to make people question everything, but that's what happened, so I'm going to say it. I did this because I'm kind of a fan, and I would have done anything to make them happy and get closer to them. And honestly, I thought I would never see him again anyways, let alone thought we would hook up. But I'm pretty sure even if I would have told my real age, the story wouldn't have changed. A year later, they're back on tour in Europe, and he messaged me in a couple of months. Before that, he was going to hang out with me again. After that, he got in GF, so I didn't think anything would happen again, and was comfortable when going to the show. This time, a friend was with me. Oh boy, I was wrong. At that show, he got me really drunk, and he knew what he was doing. He kept handing me drinks, telling me to say, down all of it. After their set, when everyone's packing, anyways, he messaged me this, leaving out my friend's name for privacy. No one go out towards the crowd for a bit, but in a little bit, I'm gonna disappear and go to my bus. I'm gonna stay until the bus called. Where are you right now? People might leave and go to the city, but I want to stay on the bus. Stay with me. When we then all hung out on the bus and kept asking me to hook up, and I told him no 7 times because he was in a relationship. When that didn't work, he whispered in my ear that he knows my secret. Asked him what he meant, and he said, I know you lied to me about your age, and I don't care. But now you have to make it up to me. Told him everyone I'd show them my real age, keep that in mind. This man tried to guilt trip me into sleeping with him. I still kept saying no. At one point, he even tried to drag me to his bunk, and I had to hold on to something so that wouldn't happen. I'm sure he was making a joke, but it really upset me and freaked me out. In the next screenshots, you can see how he tried to get me to hook up, and after he please say no, he replied with K and seemed really pissed. He said, go through the door towards the front of the bus, meet me up there, top bunk towards the front on the bus. I'm leaving 15 minutes. I can't. I'd feel so bad. And then he said, okay, real quick, do it, hurry, hurry, 10 minutes. I'm down for single, but I really can't do it right now. So, yeah. Pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, so she says, yeah, so it's pretty crazy. I mean, she was underage, and she posts about saying people looking for similar stuff, and apparently that it was pretty common for him to get black girls back up drunk. Yeah, so apparently there's just been other 17-year-olds, other people underage. So he responded to it, saying, hey, what's up, this is Fronz. As you know, there's always two sides to every story. So here's my side. First things first, I'm not a pedophile. I have zero desire to hook up with anyone underage. I'm strongly against that. At the end of 2018, my band was on tour in Europe, and we went on tour in Austria. I met with a girl named Roxy. I didn't seek this girl out. She was simply in my green room, already drinking. We had some drinks together. We had a really good time. As things started to heat up, I asked her age, which she proceeded to tell me she was above age. I checked her ID, which she had a fake ID that said she was above age. We hooked up. That was that. Fast forward a year, 2000, end of 2019. We're back on tour again. Comes out with her friend. They'd always come out together. It's fun. We vibe. We drink. Once again, this backstage already drinking. You guys know me. I'm in Attila and Dealer hospital, and guys, girls, guests, I'm always giving them drinks. Not forcing people to get drunk. I would just want everyone to be happy and comfortable. That's it. So we're having a great night. Once again, not a big deal. No one was blackout drunk. We had an early bus call that night, so we did hook up. Next day, Roxy's messaged me saying, I really regret not hooking up with you. Me and prefer want to come out and get another date so we can do it. It's at this point where she explained that she's in fact lying about her age, which is really offsetting. Upset about myself for knowing that I'm still hanging out with her, but we had a good time that night. Once again, nobody was blackout. We hooked up, and that was that. Since then, we still talk, we FaceTime, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, he goes on to say something about, his family and, like, cheating on his girlfriend with that, but, I mean, you can't really say whether or not he was blackout drunk, uh, yeah, so apparently their drummer had some allegations as well. Um, yeah, their drummer had some sexual assault allegations against him, and they ended up kicking him out. Um, yeah, some pretty crazy stuff. And this was all in 2020, so it's stuff that all happened, 3 or 4 years ago. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Not gonna go into too much of more of it, but I think you get the point. Let me see. Actually, this one might have actually been more brutal. Hold on. Okay, so they kick out the drummer, Brian McClure. Over the last 4 years, Tilla has been three-piece band. Rhapsody discussed alerts of the recent events surrounding a touring member of this band. Earlier this week, parted ways with that member. We do not condone his actions, and we stand with the victims. We are deeply sorry to those affected, want nothing more than love and healing for them. Lean Anderson posted a statement on her social media detailing relationship she had with McClure from 2017-2018, accusing McClure of being an alcoholic and turning abusive while still doing so, not remembering any of it the next morning. She claims that she got pregnant early on in the relationship with his child, and Brian said the marriage Attila told him that if they ever get a girl pregnant, he would be kicked out. She had an abortion while he was on the Warped Tour. She eventually joined him on tour and said the two would abuse drugs on the road. She claimed one night they actually did speed, think it was cocaine, and the night ended her being anally raped while she's passed out, leading to bleeding the next morning. Pretty brutal, dude. Yeah, so here's her statement. One night we thought we were doing coke with a couple of guys, and it ended up being speed, with which no one wanted. It was time for the bus to leave, and we're drinking, having fun on the bus. Of nowhere, Brian gets blackout, gets starts saying, "You don't fucking like me. You only want me because of the band I'm in." Get one of the texts, and other band members just going off as usual, degrading tangents. Remember telling Antonio, "No, dude, she loves you, and that's not how it is." It was an extremely awkward situation for everyone involved, and he wouldn't stop. Started fighting and got to yell at me in my face, and the bus swerved and he accidentally fell into me hard, which caused me to start gushing blood out my nose. His guitar tech and guitarists were the only ones to take care of me immediately, while he didn't even notice right away because he was all worked up and angry. While blood is getting cleaned off of me and I'm crying, the lights turned back on mentally for him and started getting emotional and trying to care for me, saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Tried to hug me and extremely angry at him for his usual drunk actions. Going to back out lounge to get away from him, and he soon follows after you. Tries to hug me, and I go, "Don't you fucking touch me. Get the fuck away from me." He starts fighting again, and I was so mushy done that I just laid on the couch in a fetal position crying until I completely passed out. Woke up sometime later, and pants were somewhat pulled down, thinking it was weird, and got into the bunk where he was still asleep, still angry at him, but he didn't want the band to see what was going on. I woke up the next day, used the restroom, wiped, stung to pee, and it really hurt to sit down. Wiped myself, saw blood. I started wiping more and realized I was bleeding. I don't like anything anally done to me. It just internally clicks why my pants were pulled down earlier, and I started crying. I come back and everyone on the bus is laughing because they have photos of backed up Brian, complete naked, walk around the bus, coming from the back of the room that night. I'm so isolated and sad, feeling that I don't know what to do because I just found out I was raped by my boyfriend. Brian also made a lot of points to tell me his bandmates didn't like me, so I already felt an unwanted guest in their home. Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty insane stuff, honestly. But yeah, pretty crazy stuff. I don't. I on one hand don't blame Adam for not knowing because this was like 4 years ago, so I think you could have easily missed it if you weren't paying attention. And then the other band, they're kind of newer, so what were their names? Dealer. It's like, who the hell was that? I'm barely hearing their name too, really. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy combination to be had there. And clearly, they're kind of okay with being aligned with people like this, between Attila and Dealer and Chris Fronzak, their old drummer. I mean, obviously they kind of had to. That deal with the drum was pretty brutal. So stepping away was just the smart thing to do. But it definitely seems like there's a culture there. So I completely understand. And Adam is right. Like at the same time, you know, there's all these other managers and tours and all these other things going on that people are completely fine to work with these people despite the fact of what they've been accused of. So but no one knows those people. No one knows those people directly to go and give them shit on the internet. They know Adam, so they're just like, "What the hell are you doing, Adam?" Like I said, I think he could have. I think he could have done the research as soon as he start getting some sort of shit. But I guess maybe it seems like he's more tired of the cancel culture than anything else. But I mean, he did mention the fact that it's like he doesn't like that people are complicit with these people either. So it's not just all on him. But yeah, we will miss him. They did just kind of come back. We hadn't really heard anything from them for a while. Put on an awesome show not that long ago. Whenever I went to go see him, it was pretty sick. And I've been seeing him online a lot. I follow their sound guy on Instagram, and he's always like posting clips of them, and it just seems like they're having a lot of fun. So it's sad, it's disappointing. Yeah, I think in future reference, people just shouldn't bombard someone so much when they don't know the details. They don't know what's going on. He was sort of dismissive, though. I will say that for them. He was kind of like in a not caring sort of way, like, you know, I don't know what's going on. It's not my responsibility, blah, blah, blah. So, and then by the time he finally looked, he was already fed up. So, yeah, sad. Adam Warren will be missed. I guess we'll be seeing him around on the Twitch mostly. I see him around on Twitch a lot. So, uh, yeah, sad. But, yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Remember, the Metal Nerd Radio Show is on Overkill Radio at 5 p.m. Central every Wednesday. So check that out. Overkillradio.com. You can also download the app. Even if you just want to listen to metal in general, there's a lot of good DJs on there. So check that out. But alright, have a good one.